What's up, guys? This is Tripwire, and today I'm playing some Battlefield 3 again on the PC. Today it's going to be some Team Deathmatch on Operation Metro. Last time I was playing on Rush, and my game got cut a little bit short. And I'll get to like game types and whatever in a little bit. But first off, I want to talk a little bit about my Battlefield 3 impressions so far. I mean, I really like the game, and even though it's only been a few days, I'm already really into it, and I think it's a fantastic game, and that EA really got it right with this game compared to some games that have been released in the past. And I see myself playing this for a very long time, and hopefully getting a little bit better, because as of right now, my kill death ratio is at like a 0.67 or something. I mean, clearly I'm not the best in the world. I never expected to be, but I do wish I could play better, because I'd be able to provide you guys with better gameplay, and it won't be too much of me just dying. So that stuff I'm gonna have to pick up. It kind of happens with every game where you don't exactly know what you're doing. You start shooting at teammates or inanimate objects and stuff like that. So these are stuff you're gonna learn, and I still have fun no matter how bad or how good I do. And I mean, yeah, it does get frustrating when you're shooting at nothingness, or you're shooting at an enemy and you get shot from behind and stuff like that. It's definitely frustrating, but over time, I'm sure you'll get better at the game, and it will be more fun for you. So as long as you're enjoying it, it doesn't really matter what your score is in the end. I mean, everybody likes to compare dick size by looking at your kill death ratio or whatever, and I don't really care for it. I mean, as long as I have fun, and it is fun to look next to your friends in the leaderboards and say, hey, I'm better at this than you are, but I mean, they might be better at me than at a lot more things in the game. So I mean, everybody's different in that sense. So next up, I'm going to talk a little bit about game modes. Personally, my favorite game mode in Battlefield is Rush, which is, like I said last time, kind of like Demolition from Call of Duty. But, I will play occasionally Conquest, mostly if some of my friends are playing it or whatever. But, I mean, I don't really like it so much. I find Conquest takes a little bit more skill to kind of get towards the MCOM stations. Whereas just standing by a flag, I mean, you might get lucky and have the whole other team on the other side, and you just stand there to get points. I mean, both game modes have their pros and cons, but I just personally like Rush better. But I mean, I will mix it up from time to time. I mean, in this case, I'm playing Team Deathmatch, and my feelings towards it are that the spawns aren't really good for Team Deathmatch. I mean, you might even see in this game a few times, I basically spawn like right next to an enemy. I don't notice any kills me, so. It's not like in Call of Duty where you'll pretty much spawn. Oh, that was a nice knife kill. Where you'll pretty much spawn like on opposite sides of the map with among your whole team. You'll pretty much spawn anywhere in the map, and it could be near an enemy or far from enemies. So it's kind of luck, and pretty much anytime you spawn, you're gonna want to quickly check out your surroundings and make sure that there's no one near you, so you don't get like screwed over or whatever. But yeah, that's I don't know. I mean, I think they're gonna fix that or something. But Team Deathmatch won't be something I'm gonna be playing too often. I just happen to be playing it here to get you guys something a little bit different, because I think more often than not I will be playing Rush. But we'll see about that. So next up, I want to talk about the class that I'm using. Today I'm using the support class, and you'll probably see me using that the majority of the time. I'm not too sure why that is. I kind of started using it, kind of like whatever in the beta, and I started to really like it. I unlocked the M249 SAW, which in the beta was like my favorite gun. I mean, I was pretty good with that, so I kind of stuck with it, and I wanted to unlock it again in the full game, and I did, and I'm actually not doing too well with it right now. As you see in this game, I swapped over to the, I'm not even sure what it's called, yeah, the M27 IAR. Yeah, in this case I put a bipod, a holographic sight, and I don't think there's any other attachments on it. But, I don't know, I've been mixing it up lately, and this is the problem with some of the classes. I find, like, just by looking at the leaderboards, that pretty much everybody plays on the Assault class. And then, I wanted to kind of be a little bit different in my own sense and get good at something people don't use as often. So, I went with the Support class, and if you actually check the leaderboards on the PC, at least through like the top players in every class, support is in last place. So definitely not played as often as some classes such as assault or I mean the other ones are pretty much neck and neck with support, but like there are clearly a lot more snipers and, well, engineer. I mean, I don't know, some people just like it for the RPGs and whatever, so it depends on what your preference of playing is. I personally like the support. I like to have the ammo packs with me and be able to help my teammates that way, mostly because there's nobody else really out there that goes out with the support class to give your teammates ammo, and that's usually what you need the most in the battlefield. So that's what I try to do if ever I remember it or think of it. I'll throw an ammo pack towards my teammates, and you know, that's good points actually out of that. So that's always good for you know, racking up some points if you can't kill anybody. So next up, what I want to talk about is Battlelog, which is actually where you basically get all your stats and whatever if you're on the consoles, I think. I'm not too sure on that. But for PC, it's pretty much like the center of Battlefield 3. That's where you go to join any kind of game or like all your profiles and stats and whatever, like on the consoles. But I mean, everything is run through the Battlelog website. And ooh, there's another nice knife kill. Yeah, like pretty much everything is run out of Battlelog. And I mean, this is a new concept for me because I've usually run games like I don't know what they're called, but either way, like I really like the how Battlelog works and like the whole concept behind it. I think it's a pretty cool idea, and I mean, I could check it on the fly too. I mean, you don't really have to be in the game to see what your friends are up to or check your stats and whatever. I mean, I could go on my iPhone and I could I just log on to the Battlelog website and I could, you know, just check up on what everybody's doing and stuff like that. And you know, it's a pretty cool concept that you're able to check your stats and whatever and just check all that stuff out pretty much anywhere you want at any time. So I kind of like that whole concept, and it's very easy to join a server. I mean, it's been having its problems, but it's, you know, it's only 2 days in, so don't worry about it too much. I'm sure they'll fix it. But I mean, it's really cool, and it's something different, but something that I really like, and I could see a lot more games doing this in the future. So, I mean, we'll see what they do. Every game developers have their own choices, but you know, I kind of favor EA and Battlefield and what they did with this. So, you know, we'll see what happens with any other kind of game. So next up, I want to talk about Battlefield versus Modern Warfare 3. Kind of really hard to talk about that right now, but I mean, I have pre-ordered Modern Warfare 3, as I may have or may not have mentioned maybe this video or another video. But yeah, I have pre-ordered Modern Warfare 3, and I do plan on doing a series quite similar to Black Ops / what I'm going to be doing with Battlefield 3. Hopefully I could record it pretty decently on the PC. I mean, when I record Battlefield 3, it's not too bad, like, you know, how laggy or choppy it becomes, but I mean, at times it is a bit noticeable, and, you know, that it has cost me a few times where, like, it's just too choppy for me to really be able to focus on somebody and kill them. But I mean, I do it for you guys. I love to make the videos, and you know, just because you're making videos on YouTube doesn't mean you have to have like a crazy kill death ratio and, you know, go flawless or whatever. As long as you're having fun and you have something interesting to talk about, it really doesn't matter how well you play. I mean, I'm clearly not a very good player, at least in my opinion. Some people might think otherwise, which, I mean, thank you for that. But I mean, I have fun playing the game, I have fun making videos, and I like to talk to you guys and get your opinions on other stuff. And even though I'm not the best player, I still like to offer tips and tricks that I learned personally from playing and trying to become a better player. So like people that might be around my level can you know, pick up tricks and all sorts of stuff like that too, to help them become a better player too, because it might be working for me and maybe it'll work for them. Or other people who are better than me might be able to offer me some sort of tips and whatever and help me get better at the game. So I mean, that's what I like about doing videos and stuff, because you could learn so much out of it, and it doesn't matter how good or how bad you are. There's always something new for you to learn, and everybody else has their opinions and different styles of gameplay, so it always helps to get the opinions of other people. So that's really what I like about this whole thing. But yeah, like I was saying with Modern Warfare 3, actually, hopefully I'll be able to do gameplays on that. I mean, generally I've been better skill-wise at the Call of Duty series compared to Battlefield. I don't know quite why that is. I mean, I guess I just seem more in my element playing Call of Duty. But I mean, it doesn't really matter to me as long as I'm having fun. Again, score doesn't really matter to me. But in the Modern Warfare 3, Battlefield 3 kind of comparison, it's really hard right now, seeing as Modern Warfare 3 isn't out. You can't really argue for or against it, but both games will have their pros and cons, obviously. But I don't know what you guys' opinions are. Are you guys going to be boycotting Modern Warfare 3? Because I know a lot of people have been saying, forget it, I'm not buying that game, I'm done with this franchise. But I mean, I still wanted to get it because I know plenty of people are going to be getting it. It's still going to be a big game for most people, and I just kind of wanted to see what they have to offer after maybe a somewhat mediocre game in Black Ops. I mean, I did play that for hours on end. But I mean, there were definitely things that needed to be fixed, and hopefully they finally understood what is wrong with the game and they'll be able to fix it. Obviously, well, hopefully I could pick it up actually both on the PS3 and PC, just because I like to get a feeling for it on both systems, and I'll do that for Battlefield also. And it'll give me some variance with my gameplays and whatever, because even though personally I feel I'm more skilled if you give me a mouse and a keyboard, I will actually score better in most games on the PS3. Now, I don't know why that is. I mean, I'm clearly not the best person with a controller. Like, there's definitely been people better than me, but overall, like, compared to the general public, I feel that I'm better with a controller compared to them than the general PC public, where even though I feel like if you give me a PC, like a mouse and keyboard on the PlayStation 3, forget about it, game over, you're not touching me. But if you give me, let's say, a PS3 controller on PC, I'm going to be useless, I find. I might get like 1 or 2 kills, and that's about it. I'll feel like I'm at a disadvantage for sure. But I mean, that's the whole gaming concept. I mean, that's why I think you... Well, I don't know if you can or can't, but that's why generally you don't have people playing with a mouse and keyboard on consoles or vice versa, because it kind of makes it unfair to somebody who's, you know, maybe not so skilled with it, but is kind of forced to play with that. So, you know, if I played with a mouse and keyboard on PS3, I find it wouldn't be fair to anybody else, because I feel like I would be at an advantage, and that it'd be harder for everybody else to compete with me. But I mean, you know, it's kind of an odd topic, so I'll just kind of let that go. And one last thing I really want to talk about today is squad play in Battlefield, and that's why I really liked the Battlefield series since Bad Company 1. I didn't really play Bad Company 2 as much, but now I'm back in it with Battlefield 3. And what I really like about this series is, like I said, the whole concept of squad play. Now, the ideal... the idea behind squad play is that everybody plays as one class. You have one assault, one engineer, one support, and one recon. That way you have... everybody has like different skills that they could use. So like an assault guy could provide everybody with med packs and make sure everybody stays alive and whatever, or use the defibrillator and stuff like that. A recon could provide like long distance shots. They have the beacon or whatever, so you could set up a spawn point and keep your squad like near the objective if for some reason all 4 of you die. And I mean, like every class has its benefits, and the heck's the opposite of benefits? Deficits? I don't know. Well, you guys know what I mean, right? But the ideal squad, if you want to be successful, is that everybody plays as one class. That way you get, you know, the best of everything. But I mean, I'm not going to get into that too much because the game's pretty much over, and I do spend a bit of time going through my stats, like right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to get more Battlefield gameplays for you guys. My final score is 13-11, and I finished 2nd place on my team. I mean, right behind a guy who went like 24 kills, so I still felt pretty good about this game, even though I died quite a bit. But I mean, there was moments of greatness and moments of epic failure. Either way, once again, please leave a rating, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and leave me a comment or anything like that. I always check any kinds of comments and all that stuff, so hopefully I'll get more gameplays for you guys soon. But other than that, I'd like to thank you guys once again for watching. My name is Tripwire. Have a nice day.